Hello.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Again, welcome for the 20th time to the Horatio Client Summit. Couldn't say enough words about how incredibly excited we are to have all of you together. This is the largest client summit we've ever had, double the size of last year. We were here last year. It's just incredible how much of an event this has become for us and for you guys, our clients. Speaking of yesterday night, just wanted to give a big thanks to our sponsors for last night's dinner, to Frank from Hark and Tanner from Order Protection. If you're here, raise your hands. Thank you both for a wonderful evening. But before we really kick off the day, there are some very special people I wanted to thank. Obviously, first and foremost, our clients. Without you, this event wouldn't happen. So obviously, thank you for trusting in us and for spending the day with us.
Yeah.
I know a lot of you have traveled from far, so I just want to know who thinks has traveled the farthest in this group. Oh, there you go. New Zealand, okay. Who can beat that? No one. Wow, that's incredible. But it goes without saying that a lot of you have come from very far, so we really appreciate you spending the time to come here and to spend some time with your teams and in the beautiful Dominican Republic. It's not a hard time of the year to convince those that live in the Northeast or in Midwest of the US. So again, super excited about that. Also excited to welcome our new clients in the room. So if you're a new client within the past 12 months here at Horatio, please raise your hand. I know you're just getting to know the team, but last year was a great year of growth for us. So here in the back, you can see some of our new clients that we've welcomed. So really happy to have all of you here and to spend the time with you. I think that you'll have a great experience with Horatio, and I know that some of our current clients here have some good things to say about us. So obviously, want to take that time to show some of those client testimonials.
I think what sets Horatio apart is the culture. Traditionally, call center culture could be very formal, and whenever I come here, everybody's bright, they're smiling all the time. I think that the perks are really great, and I do like seeing your agents happy.
I would tell other companies thinking about partnering with Horatio that it's not just about hitting the SLAs, it's also about developing the culture, and it's one of the things that Horatio is really good at. They focus on the people, they focus on the team members, and so every day they're showing up motivated and excited to work with you, and really thinking about them as an extension of your team is the best way to achieve success.
I think if you are considering a company like Horatio, my advice would be just to do it. They provide immense support that will alleviate some of the bandwidth concerns that you might have with your internal teams, and they share the same values as companies like mine. And so we know that the Horatio employees, they share the same work ethic, they share the same value, and they're going to deliver just as much as our US employees or our global employees would as well.
I think that the agent quality is amazing. No, I know. Horatio is really not like other BPOs that you talk to. Like, y'all can be as hands-on or hands-off as the client wants. And I think that kind of flexibility and customization is really, really rare when it comes to BPOs.
We promise we didn't pay any of these people for their testimonies. Some of them are here in the room, so. Second, I wanted to highlight some of the new sponsors that we have here this year. As you all know, here at Horatio, we're tech agnostic, so we're not really trying to push any particular technology your way. We're always trying to find the best solution for all of you, and we think we've picked some of the great partners to be here this year because we believe that not only some of you have already been using these technologies, but I think we believe that if you haven't, it's worth taking a look at them. So obviously special thanks to the team at Sienna, the team at Dixa, Codif AI, Order Editing, Order Protection, Hark, and Gorgeous. Again, round of applause for them for helping us put this together. They're all here, so please try to spend some time with them, learning about what they do and how they can benefit your business overall. And if you also need some demos after that, obviously work with our customer success and your operations team to set that up. I also like to give a special shout out to everyone that has put this event together. This has taken months to put together, so obviously special thanks to the sales and marketing team, Claudia Paulo Events that has helped organize this, our people experience team also, so thank you for the incredible work that went into putting this entire week together. And also, you know, I was giving some of you the tour, and I told you about how special this place feels once you walk into the office. I know that in sales call, it doesn't come across that same way. But beyond the design of the space and the things that we've built into making sure that this place is special, there are two people here in this room that actually carry that culture day in and day out, and so we wanted to also thank them for their time. So it's our Executive Vice President, Elizabeth Pablo, and our VP of Operations, Rita Saud.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be here without them, and obviously they are the ones that have built this unique culture. So, you know, obviously kudos to them and a big round of applause to all of them. And so in terms of what we have in store for you guys today, you know, when I came up with this idea about the client summit a couple of years ago, you know, people thought that was crazy that we were not going to be able to bring people down to the DR. I was like, this is a no-brainer. Like, who doesn't want to come to the DR in February? You know, and you know, since we started this, I think, you know, we've been able to build a community, and I think people are looking forward to this event every year because it's an opportunity for you to spend quality time with your teams, but also exchange ideas with clients, and also across different industries. And so that's the main purpose of this conference, for you guys to not only spend time with your teams, but to also bond amongst yourselves and learn from each other. I think all of you have unique skill sets, and everyone really, really enjoys the conversations during this week. So obviously take the time to go outside of your comfort zone if you're shy like me, and explore some exchange of ideas. We've also changed some things in the format. So today we're also having roundtables, depending on your interests. So that also is something that I'm really looking forward to, participating in some of those roundtables and learning from thought leaders and our sponsors as well. So again, I think it's very important for you to spend time with your teams as well. So try to do that while you're here. I know Zoom and Google Meets is the new way to go, but I think there's nothing that can replace that in-person connection. So obviously try to do that, and I think that's where the real magic happens, when you guys are in front of each other. I think when you're behind the screen, there's a lot of that gets lost in translation, and so I think it's very important for you to do that as well. That being said, obviously enjoy, relax. We have a beach day planned for you tomorrow, so if you can do that. There's Wi-Fi, so if you need to take a call there, we'll be able to arrange for that, but try to get some sun. I hope the sun comes out. It was supposed to be sunny all week, and today is raining for some reason, but I think it's still better than New York. But if you need anything, obviously reach out to anyone that has a Horatio shirt. We'll be here to help you and assist you as we go along. So again, three of us super excited to have you here. And if you don't know the history of Horatio today, I think let me know. So that I can talk to my sales team, because that is the key of the sales pitch. But Alex, Jared, and I met in business school about 8 years ago. 8 years ago. We're in finance. I think the three of us were pretty bored of our careers. Actually, I think Jared actually enjoyed it. I did not. And I wanted to take a break, and I actually, decided that we were going to become venture capitalists and invest in the new sexy brands out there without any cash whatsoever. That went well for us, but we did make some investments. We pulled some capital from our business school friends at Columbia, so thanks to them, we were able to meet some incredible entrepreneurs. Realized that was not for us, the venture capital route, because we needed money to survive. And all of these venture capital deals didn't return a single penny. But we fostered some great connections and we met some amazing entrepreneurs. And through those experiences, one of the things that resonated with us was that their biggest pain point was scaling operations across the organization. And one of the biggest pain points was CX. And so if you don't know, I am originally from the Dominican Republic, and I actually worked at a call center before moving to the States. And I remember that the talent was amazing, but what I was doing was not that sexy. I was working for Western Union doing money transfer by phone. Shout out to all my colleagues here that also were working with me back then. I think it's a rite of passage if you are Dominican to work at Western Union. It's like, this is Jose, how may I help you? Thank you for choosing Western Union. Have a great day. Great experience. I learned a lot, but I was like, if I can bring really cool startups and provide these unique opportunities to agents in the DR, I think we can make something special, because all of the companies that we were talking to at the time were mission-driven companies, and a lot of them really wanted to work with people that can relate to their brand voice and values. And one of the biggest concerns was like, how can you carry my brand voice if you don't know it, right? Like, if you're not American. I'm like, well, we're only 3 hours away from New York, and like, we live and breathe US. We depend on the US. And so everyone here is really attuned to the culture, which is very different from what the traditional outsourcing companies are out there in the Philippines. And so, that was our whole vision, to carry that forward. We actually toured one of these call centers in the DR. They looked like prisons. We're like, this is not what we want to do. Morgan Stanley, where I worked, also looked like a prison at the time. They've since reformed, but it was really depressing. And I was like, this is not what I want to do. So I sold these guys on the idea of like building out the Google of Latin America. And they, I didn't really involve them in the design or anything. I just told them like it was going to be cheap, and and so we ended up.
It wasn't.
It was not. But hey, it paid off. But we were able to really attract the best of the best here in the DR, and also attract really cool clients that actually resonate with the fact that you have to treat employees with respect and that you have to really care about them. And that's exactly what we did here. So fast forward to today, we now have a little bit over 2,000 employees. This is our biggest campus, where we have over 120,000 square feet. We also have another campus in Santiago, and then we also have a campus in Colombia, in Bogota, which we opened almost 2 years ago, and that's going really well for us. So I think we want to continue, exploring that and growing beyond that. And so in terms of like, accomplishments, I think for us and for the teams, if you ask me like, do you think you were going to be here in 6 years? No, like no idea. Like, this is beyond what we hoped to be at. So obviously, thanks to all of you for trusting in us. And what's really exciting about our model that we've been able to I guess adapt and morph to the ever-changing landscape of outsourcing is that we started 6 years ago just doing e-commerce. 3.5 years ago, we got our first crypto fintech client, and from there we've expanding into also healthcare and other tech services, like tech-enabled services. So our model has actually expanded beyond traditional e-commerce, which is really exciting for us. And so that is something that we continue to work with our clients. They typically start with us doing one task, and they're like, hey, can you also do that for us? And I'm like, yeah, we can build an SOP. I mean, a lot of you in the room do that all the time. So we'll be able to work together on whatever you guys need from us, and how we can, as long as we can build an SOP and a training around it, it's something that we can accomplish. So that's something that's super exciting for us. So again, super excited about the future of where we're going here, and looking forward to more talks like this.
All right, we have a lot of programming, as Jose mentioned, but before we dive in to the exciting things ahead, I want to take a second to thank everyone, and I also want to reflect a little bit on the last year at Horatio. So, as Jose alluded to a little bit, this past year has been one of a lot of growth, a lot of challenges, and a lot of achievements as well. And with that, we've grown our Horatio family, our team members that work with you guys each and every day. We've grown our client family, and we've grown our partner family too. And so we're all very excited about that. And in true Horatio fashion, our amazing sales and marketing team has prepared a little recap video that will go through the last year. Some of your faces were in there, but yeah. So as I mentioned, it was a big year in terms of growth and accomplishments, and I think most of you saw the expansion of Metro Plaza, which will add about 800 seats of new capacity for us here in this office. And Colombia is about to hit 2 years. It's about 500 headcount now, so we're very excited about the growth and the success of our second country, venturing outside of our home here in the DR. And yeah, so as I mentioned, some of the achievements this year, and this just goes to show how hard the team works every day for you all, for our clients, and also, as a lot of people alluded to, building the culture and growing their team members below them. But we have several big name awards, both in LATAM and in the US. And I think the one I'm most proud of is, which one is this? Yeah, so these two up here, the Great Place to Work, it's something that we have spent a lot of time thinking through and investing in, and it's the biggest news publication here in the country, and so getting on that list every year, and they rate every single company here in the country, and so I'll get to a few more awards from them in a second, but I think that one just goes to show how well we treat our team members, and that's probably the one I'm most proud of. These in the U.S. talk about growth and expertise, which, is a prerequisite to work with most of you. So to name a few, number third BPO, the third biggest BPO in the DR, so pretty good accomplishment in the last 6 years getting there. That's the same Mercado publication that ranks us. And yeah, number one between BPOs, so that's from last year, so that one's pretty good. Next is number 8 in gender equality, and you can see the split here. We're very proud of our 90+% female leadership team here in the US, and of course it's something very important to us. Number 7 in promotion, so again, they have a criteria just ranked based on all companies here, and so we like that one, and as most of you know, we try to grow our team from within. And yeah, next this is just in the DR. Colombia, we hope to get on that list pretty soon too, but yeah, so that's just last year.
At Horatio, we believe that happy employees create the best experiences for our clients. Our happiness and wellness team is dedicated to ensuring our people thrive physically, mentally, and socially. From on-site psychologists and fitness programs to clubs, daycare, and wellness initiatives, we've built an environment where our team feels supported and empowered every day.
Horatio culture is the backbone and reason why Horatio is so different from other BPOs. The constant search of ways to make the life of our employees better with the clubs, with the sports teams, with the celebrations, with the activities is a testament of our commitment to make the life of our employees great.
The best part of being on the team is that you can actually physically see the outcome of our culture, not only in our daily performance, but also in the environment itself, Horation by Horation.
We've always believed company culture isn't just about perks. It's about making people feel valued. Our focus on happiness and wellness is a long-term commitment to ensuring our employees have the resources and support to grow, feel fulfilled, and build meaningful careers. When our people thrive, Horatio thrives.
Our vision has always been to build a company where employees don't just work. They grow, connect, and feel valued. When you prioritize happiness and well-being, you unlock potential, drive innovation, and create a culture of excellence. That's the foundation of everything we do at Horatio.
All right, as you can see, we're big on the videos here at Horatio. This will not be the last one. I get the chance to talk about something pretty fun, which is looking forward. So we have a lot of you here. I think, as Jose and Jared mentioned, if we look back a couple of years ago, Horatio looked really different, both from who our clients were, what our offices were like. But a couple of things have stayed the same, and it is the culture that we've built. And, I know we talked about Elizabeth and Rita, who are down here, that really are the ones driving that culture. It really started with them. Both of them have been there from the beginning. And so for us, when we think about where we want to go to, we want to be the premier partner in Latin America for fast-growing companies like all of you guys. We expanded into Bogota, Colombia. That's been a great market for us. I remember when Jose came to me and said, Alex, so what do you think about expanding? And I said, what's the next largest city in the DR? He said, I'm thinking a little bit further away. And so I wasn't sure if it was just a trip for him to get down to go to Bogota and spend some time there, or if he really wanted to go there. So he was able to convince Jared and I that it was the right place to go. We had a lot of people looking. But, we do think about, the different services that we want to offer and who we want to be able to offer it to. And we're just really excited. But again, the culture that we've built here needs to expand, and as we grow, we want to keep making sure that it grows wherever we go as well, too.
What he doesn't know is that Bill wants a team in Honduras. So that'll be a surprise sight, too.
That's great. I look forward to those conversations. Check with Jared on the budget. So you guys, many of you guys have gone on the tour. Some of you guys, this was your first time on the tour of our office space. We recently expanded around 20,000 square feet of new office space to keep up with demand. A couple of years ago, we had a number of different offices all throughout Santo Domingo. Finally, we were able to bring everybody under one roof for this location. These offices come with not just a place to work, but we try to build a real community here. So if you talk to your teams, they may be involved in the book clubs that we have here, the video game team that we have, different events. We've got softball, basketball, baseball teams. And so we really try to make Horatio an environment where you can build your own community. We have a lot of people. Our number one way of recruiting is referrals. They're our best people. They stay with us the longest. They're generally the people that get promoted the fastest. And so we really want to build an environment. And how can we get people to talk about Horatio? Well, we treat people right, and we offer some really good benefits. So you'll see we do breakfast, lunch, and dinner for everybody. We have the gym, as you guys saw, on-staff therapists. That is the number one benefit that we get, and they are booked solid. It's all about having this culture where people want to come to work. As you guys know in this industry, it's a tough job, day in, day out. And so when you can take a break, stretch your legs, see some friends, grab a bite to eat, get a good workout in, it makes all the difference about coming back to work. And that's really what we've tried to build throughout our time here. So we want to continue that, and as we expand, we want to make sure that we have that. But it's been a big part of who we are. And then talking about, where do we want to go, growth opportunities. So obviously, Jose always has a few new countries in mind. We're never sure which one, and I leave Jared to work with him on the budgeting. I just do the logistics after that. But we do want to continue to expand in Latin America. We think it's a great market. As you guys have seen working with your teams, phenomenal talent that is here in this market, great people, and a lot of them just needed great opportunities to work with you guys. So that's a big piece of it. I think the other big initiative is expanding our services. So, we do a lot of customer experience work here, but there are a lot of new teams here that we're starting to work with. And so we're going to talk to you guys in a little bit about some of the different type of work we've been able to do for our clients. As Jose said, you throw us a different role, a different opportunity, we're going to work with you guys to figure it out. And we've been able to scale with some pretty cool companies and our existing companies to do some non-traditional work that maybe you don't see a lot of the other people doing. And again, we'll get to that in a little bit. But for us, this is where we want to be. We want to be on the forefront of technology. So we're super happy to have our partners here. They're the ones that lead that with us. And we've just had a great opportunity. So there'll be a lot to come, and Horatio's got big plans. But thank you guys all for being part of it and making it happen. And I think with that, we want to go ahead and invite Oren up from Yotpo. So please give him a round of applause.
Hello.
Are you nervous, Oren?
No, just jet lagged a little bit. But yeah.
Oren is probably the second furthest travel, not New Zealand.
Beat
New
me,
Zealand, but then probably you right after that.
I came from Israel, so it took me about 30 hours, through New York. Amazing layover in JFK. Yeah.
But you like it. You come and visit us every couple of months, so it's his excuse to come down here and get into the sun.
I wish, but yeah.
Well, great. So we wanted to have Oren up here. Again, he's from Yotpo, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But I think we want him to talk a little bit about the different things that we've been able to do with him. But before we get into that, Oren, maybe you can take a second, introduce yourself, talk about Yotpo. We've got a lot of Yotpo clients here in the room, but I'm sure that there are a couple that may not know exactly what you guys are doing, so it'd be great to learn more.
Amazing. So I'm Oren. I've been with Yotpo for 3.5 years now. I'm leading the reviews, customer success teams in Yotpo and professional services. I think that we will talk about it in a second, but one of the biggest challenges that we had in the last couple of years were around how to optimize the level of service. I think that customer satisfaction is like our North Star. And in the last couple of years, we really try to invent ourselves. Also with, I'm sure that all of you will relate, especially in the e-commerce when the customer acquisition cost is rising, but you still want to give the best service possible. So this is why we started looking for, again, inventing self and new ideas. And I'm really happy that I met you guys last year. So thanks for that.
Yeah, very nice. We've maybe talk a little bit about how we met, when we met, because for Oren's team, we're doing true customer success work, account management, not really customer experience type work, and so it's a different initiative for us, and really was the first of its kind. So he took a leap of faith on us when we promised him we could do it and figure it out. But maybe talk a little bit about how we got to know each other in the first couple meetings.
Yeah, so first of all, again, if you don't know us, so Yotpo is I would say, a marketing and retention platform for e-commerce. So we have a suite of products, reviews, loyalty, SMS marketing, email marketing, best known for reviews, but we have a full platform. And the position of, we have a lot of GTM teams in Yotpo, AMs, AEs, CSMs. I'm going to focus more on the CS side because that's what we are discussing here today. But the model that we have in Yotpo is basically that we are tailor-fitting our service to our customers. So we have segment of SMBs, mid-market, enterprise. And the way we saw it is that in the upper market, with the mid-market and enterprise, we have a pretty model there that we are very satisfied. Of course, we are keep optimizing it, but we are pretty satisfied with it. But we saw that we need to put like extra effort around the SMB segment, which is usually like the small, medium businesses needs like more assistance from us to utilize our platform in the best way possible. They need like strategic guidance. Of course, we are working on it on the product level to make it more PLG and self-serve. But with that, we saw that we still need to give extra love with the human touch and the strategic thinking about, again, how to utilize our platform in the best way possible, and for our customers to bottom line, see ROI and conversion from what we do. I can tell you that in the last 2 years, I met with 15 different BPOs, honestly, and basically rejected them one by one because I didn't feel that we will be able to reach the level of service that we aim for. We are working with different BPOs in the Philippines for tier 1, tier 2 support, but the CSM position is like a crucial role in Yotpo because they are the one managing the customer experience, renewals, optimization calls, everything. And last year, through a friend that works in Yotpo that went to school with Jared, so she told I was visiting our New York office, and he told me, I have a guy that they run a BPO. You want to meet them? So I said, for sure. And then the 3 guys came to our New York office and we met. The rest is history. And I can tell you that from our first meeting, I felt like a gut feeling, okay, this is our people that we can work with. And the way that you pitch, the talent that you can find here in the DR, which I wasn't aware of, I felt that like it's worth exploring. And we go up since then.
Remember, you told me at the end of the meeting, you said, we're close to finishing a contract with somebody else, but I have a feeling in my gut that this is going to work out. And I walked out of the room and I looked at Jose and I said, you better figure this out.
Yeah. And Oren was like, as the meeting ended, he's like, can I have your number? And I'm like, what for? He's like, no, I'm ready to go, let's go. And I'm like, if you know Oren, like, very type A personality. So he started WhatsApping me the moment I left that office. And I was like, let's get this done, send me the contract, let's do this. And I'm like, oh my God.
And actually, I gave you tips,
Give me tips. He's like, yeah.
Stay with this thin budget if you want to do business.
Yeah, exactly, he negotiated that very well. And then, one of the things that was really interesting was that they have a lot of different teams at Yotpo, and he wanted to, this was a pilot, so a lot of our clients here typically try us out, they feel us out, and then they go from there. And so it was Oren's initial team that started with us, and then, we hired an initial team of 5 people doing customer success. So can you explain to them like how that role works within Yotpo? How was it before Horatio? Who was actually handling that task? And how did you set that up for success when you transitioned that to Horatio?
Cool. So basically, as I mentioned, we have the different segment in our customer success teams, and we're focusing on SMBs. And actually, the leading attention was not, it will shock you, but it was not cost saving. It was because we wanted to double down on this segment with the human touch. And of course, we're a business, not charity, so we need to, be very, very sensitive to the cost to serve. We try to understand how to do it, and again, increasing the headcount because we want to give more attention to the customers. And before that, of course, all the teams were located in New York, Sydney, London, Tel Aviv, very high-cost geos. And I remember that I was, really, really afraid of the possibility to find the talent that will provide the same, if not better, level of service. And when we started, I think that the 2 things that were again, our North Star when going into this adventure with you guys was, first of all, that we are not working with, and I have experience with BPOs before, so we cannot rely on you guys to train the people and do that job, because if we want, the agents here to speak the tone of voice and the Yotpo culture, we need to be here. So I think that we invested a lot, really, in having people on the ground. We had 2 months, I think more than 2 months, people on the ground every day, training the people, extensive training. We flew in like CSMs from all over the globe to shadow the people, and when they go on customer calls and give like a direct feedback. And it was very, very important for us that the people here will feel that they're working for Yotpo and not you guys. Sorry for that. But I can tell you that I told you guys that in the first meeting, that if we are going for it, the people that we are hiring, they will work for Yotpo, not you guys. You're just going to pay the salary. And if you go there, you will see like all the Yotpo branding and everything, and they will never, down to the lanyards, they will never go with Horatio, the only Yotpo, and all the swag and everything. And we never treat our workers like in the BPOs like contractors. It's very, very important. They feel like part of the family because they are all hands. Like when we do roadmap exploration and all of that, they're always part of it. And we're investing a lot in that to make them feel like a family. And I think these two are the recipe for this success.
There are two things that stood out from our partnership. I think the number one roadblock that I face with new clients is dedicated leadership within their teams. Like, as you all know, our model is 100% dedicated. And so I always recommend, I don't force it on people, but I recommend starting initially with a dedicated leader. Because if you have plans to expand and grow with us, that is crucial to the success of the organization. And I think early on, that is something that was a requirement for Oren is, let's first identify the leader that will be working with the agents so that we can, train that person and make sure that they're, taking that to the next level. And obviously Cynthia here has done a great job with that here at Yotpo. And the other thing is that I really like is the fact that you guys provide a lot of incentives outside of our contract to our team members that go straight to their pockets, which they also really enjoy. So can you talk about like some of those competitions that you guys have at Yotpo and how you incentivize the agents outside of the traditional scope of like the regular incentives?
Definitely. I need to be sensitive. We have customers in the crowd here. But but also we are always working with we are trying to do every quarter to do a spiff. Every time it's different. I think it's more focusing again on customer satisfaction, NPSs, for example. We are sending tons of NPS to our customers to make sure that, again, the level of service is where we want it to be. And I can tell you that, I don't know if I shared it with you guys, but in the last, we are going into the third quarter now, and in the SMB segment, both retention numbers and NPS numbers are the highest in the team here in the DR, which is really...
Love to hear that.
We couldn't done it without you, Cynthia, really.
Thank you.
And yeah, so it was an amazing ride. Also, we are going to expand now, probably triple our headcount here in the next few months. Also, the other product lines, I'm focusing more on reviews, but the other product lines also followed us. So also we are building team for loyalty and SMS here. Yeah, it was amazing, right?
Yeah, when you came first, he's like, I want my own office with a Yotpo sign and everything. I'm like, you're 5 people, Oren, what are you talking about? We can get there. He's like, no, we're going to be over 100 people in a year. And I'm like, oh yeah, sure. And now I am beyond excited that, as we look forward to the rest of the year and the planning, basically every single team at Yotpo is, the mandate, right, is what can Horatio do? And that is super exciting for us because we built a lot of different SOPs. We even have billing, we have accounts payable, we now have tier 2 support.
Yes, implementation managers,
implementation managers.
The onboarding for our high-touch customers. Yeah.
So you're going to get your own office.
Definitely. I told you I'm going to get the entire wing.
The entire wing, exactly. Awesome. Any last minute tips for the people here in the audience?
Yeah, I am to all of you guys, if you consider going through this route and the adventure that we did, I think, again, boots on the ground, a lot of effort in training the team and making them feel part of your family like we did. And I can tell you that we didn't find, what we're like, the talent exactly with the resume of SaaS industry, B2B, and all of that. We looked for the potential in the people, and we trusted ourselves that we will be able to grow them to be the CSMs that we want them to be. So I think that, in the run rate, it's worthwhile to do this effort for 2, 3, 4 months. Again, I'm also not getting paid for this, so really, it's amazing ride, and try it out. Like, think outside of the box. You don't have to do only tier 1. With BPO, you can do much more.